Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a lovely day. Every single time I ask you guys on my Twitter or Facebook page what you want me to make, because I make sure that I'm creating things that you guys constantly want. I can put all the money in my bank account on it that at least one person with a lot of thumbs up on their comment is going to say a makeup collection video. This is it. This is everything. I only recently got this little storage container from The Range, which is like a homeware store. It's an incredible place. Oh, I don't have a huge ass drawer like most of these YouTubers do. They have huge chest of drawers filled with makeup, but this will do. It's cute, it's cozy, it was £20 and it does the job. Please stop telling me to make a makeup collection video. So up top we're going to start with my eyeshadows. Technically this is going to be a favourites video because I only keep makeup I like. So we're going to be starting off with MUA palettes, which I have 3 of, I believe. 2 of the same. It was their 5th birthday limited edition palette and you actually got one for free, and I was so obsessed with this at the time I thought I'm just going to get another. MUA eyeshadows I do recommend. They're pretty good, they're cheap, and if you like to experiment with colours, you get quite bored easily and you don't have a lot of money, I do recommend them. They're not incredible, but they definitely do the trick and I use them all the time. So if you ever wonder what's on my eyes, half the time it is probably MUA. This palette of theirs is one of my ultimate favourites though. It's the Poptastic palette and it's just such a cool variety of colours. It's quite rare for you. What is that on it? There's a nasty on there. It is quite rare for you to find quite bright, vibrant colours like this all in one palette, a small palette at that as well. So I like putting this in my makeup bag and taking it around with me when I'm travelling somewhere and I want to like not just do something boring on my eyes. Another really good crazy colour palette is this one. It's BH Party Girl by BH Cosmetics. There's 40 of them. Obviously some are brighter than others, but I love the variety in this and the price isn't too bad for this palette. You have some shimmery colours in this and some just matte, and I prefer matte eyeshadows the most. You can tell because I use them the most. It's recommended to use matte eyeshadows as well if you have hooded eyelids like I do, which basically means if your eyelids sag a bit. It's a sad story, but it's a true one. This is a palette I use quite a bit. The only issues I do have with it slightly are the fact this is a very shimmery palette, although I do like using that super bright white for the corner of my eyes because it's a very gorgeous shimmer and it reflects, so it makes your eyes look a little bit bigger, especially if you're using it in the corner of your eye. Really, I just use probably the darkest, this one, and white because I'm lazy and don't get too technical when it comes to smoky eyes. This is actually the Cream Shadows by Tarte. I haven't used this yet since opening this in my subscription box because I don't know how many of you watched that, but the top ones were dried up, but the 2 roller balls at the bottom that have this like shiny gorgeous finish is actually really nice, so I didn't chuck the thing completely. Oh my god, it's the little things in life that please me. Another palette actually very worth talking about, Makeup Revolution's Flawless Matte Ultra Eyeshadow. 32 ultra professional eyeshadows. This is just a nude palette that makes me so happy. You get a huge variety of really pretty nudes. You could just experiment until your eyes are red raw because they're really sore. I wouldn't say they're the creamiest eyeshadows you're ever going to get because of the price, but they're not too chalky at the same time. A little trio which I used up, actually I haven't used up completely, but I have used this till it's gone like this really disgusting battered and bruised. This was higher end. It's Smashbox's Glow On eyeshadow trio. It just feels so much nicer to put on and it's just smooth and it lasts for a long time. I love the combination of this because at one point I was only using this on my eye, so I was using the white bit as a base and the inner corner and the brown bit for my crease and this golden bit for the end just to add a little bit like glow. We've got a couple single eyeshadows from MUA here as well. I just got the Slate, which is a blacky one, but I have a load of other blacks now, so I don't really use it as much. But the white is really good from MUA. Once again, I use that for the inner corner of my eyes. White's just a colour everyone needs. Whitish toned eyeshadows for like base and just brightening up any makeup look. This is probably worth mentioning as well. It's a MAC smoky eye palette and it just applies so well. I particularly love that black because look how black it is. That is blacker than black itself. The next drawer down is my face products. So this is so unorganized, but this is basically anything and everything I shove on my face. As things are building up in here, I'm starting to think that I'm going to separate like my foundations and concealers to my bronzers and highlighters with this drawer down here, because at the moment this is just holding brushes and it's not the most appropriate place to put your brushes, just shoved in a drawer. But for now, this is what's happening. Starting off with Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm. This is really good for primer. When I don't use this, I don't feel very protected. Even though it's not obviously originally used as primer, it is a very popular product for using as primer nowadays. Even when I bought this, the guy said to me, my girlfriend uses this for primer too, so he knew what I was buying it for without me even telling him. I did get a little bit worried that it would make me smell like a man, but honestly no one will notice. My boyfriend doesn't even notice and he's all up in my face. You didn't need to know that. And actually, I quite like the smell of man. But anyway, this is good. It's really soft and silky and it just slops on the face. That sounds gross, but it dries very quickly. So it's pretty moisturising too. This is my staple. Another staple is this L'Oreal Paris True Match Super Blendable Foundation. I am raving about this at the moment. This is in the shade Linen. It is perfect in every way. It's super just like wet and silky, and that sounds gross, but it just means that it goes on so easily. It blends. My skin right now, like, it looks so natural. This just looks like completely natural, but it's not. Obviously my natural skin looks nothing like this. I'm full of freckles and spots and all sorts. I have makeup tutorials up on YouTube of me using these two products together. If you want to see that, then they are there. What else have we got? Let's do some concealer stuff. This is what I'm using a lot at the moment. I've nearly actually used it all. It's Tarte's Full Coverage Creaseless Waterproof Concealer. I really like this. I wouldn't really say it's creaseless though. I swear I still get creases when I use this, but then again, I am quite a wrinkly lady. But yeah, I'm quite sad I've used this already. Meh. However, considering the price of Tarte, it still is like maybe not even as good as this, which is Collections Concealer. The concealer everyone talks about on YouTube. I got this in Cool Medium and it's a lot cheaper than Tarte's concealer, but I would still say this is still maybe better. So yes, I will probably end up buying this again instead of Tarte because it's that good. I also got this Cover Stick, which is a concealer with tea tree oil in it. I spoke about this in a couple videos now. I got this for lighter looks. If I want to kind of conceal myself, not wear any foundation, but keep it very light, and it smells like tea tree oil, I just feel like I'm helping myself by putting this on as well because it has tea tree oil in it. It's a lot lighter. It's nowhere near full coverage or anything like that, but this is good for you if you like to keep quite natural. Let's move on to bronzers. Funnily enough, one of the most expensive bronzers I got is from Benefit, and it's Dew the Hoola, as in do the hula, but Dew. It's in such a cool bottle and it's just so nice, but I don't like it. I can't get along with it. Maybe I need to start looking up tutorials on using this because I should use it. It's a liquid bronzer, which I find so strange. I've used powder bronzers my whole life, so I'm just trying to adapt, but I find it very hard to blend. Need to learn how to use that. I've been using this pretty much every day. Jerome Alexander, Jerome. Oh dear, I can't say names as usual. I never use the pink simply because I'm petrified of pink and putting pink on my cheeks, but I use these three and just kind of put up my cheeks. I've also got a Laura Geller bronzer. It's Moroccan bronze. It's baked Mediterranean bronzer. I mainly like this because of how beautiful that is. It looks like a nipple, but nipples are beautiful. Haven't used this as much though. This is a baked bronzer. It's Makeup Academy's again, and I picked this because it looked like Mars. I'm so sad. I pick things because they look like things when really I should just pick things because they should look nice on my face. Don't know why I really got that because I've got so many bronzers. Forgot to mention these two when I was going through concealers. They came in a kit together, so you use this first. It's a light/medium cancellation concealer, so you use that and then you set it with this setting powder. My review on these two is kind of like in between because I feel like this does crease quite a bit, but the packaging is just so cute. Like, I need to stop talking about packaging. Going back to the foundation I use, because it is quite a wet, like moisturizing foundation, you do need to use some form of powder afterwards, whether that's like pressed powder, setting powder, something in it that will dry your face off because it does leave you a little bit shiny and moist. That's gross, I'm sorry. I've just got Rimmel London's Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder because I'm not really fussed. I don't use too much of it, in which I totally don't mind because it's worth the nice feeling of being able to spread it over my face. Going on to highlighters, as you can see, I'm wearing a highlighter from MAC. This is the Too Chic Beauty Powder. I only recently opened this in a subscription box opening. It is beautiful. I love it so much, and it just glides on and you don't need to put a lot on. You just go whoop. And the thing I love about highlighters is that even though some can be expensive, they last a long ass time. For this, I was using MUA's because it wasn't actually too bad. MUA's highlighter isn't too bad, guys. If you're on a budget and you want a nice highlighter, have a look at theirs. I was using this for so long. It's like broken and it looks gross. I've just had it for ages. It's called Shimmer Highlighter in Iridescent Gold. If any of you are wanting to know what I'm using on my brows at the moment, this is your answer. Too Faced Brow Envy. It's a brow shaping and defining kit, which is amazing. It's just easy to use. It looks beautiful. Like, look at that. I feel like a doctor when I wear this because I'm like opening it up, using it as like my official equipment. Oh yes, setting wax. Oh yes, highlighter. So it comes with setting wax and highlighter if you haven't guessed, and then a blonde and then brunette powder for your brows, and you're supposed to obviously only use the colour that you are closest to, but I use blonde for like here so it looks a little bit more gradient, and then I use the brunette for my arch. It also comes with tweezers, which is really helpful because sometimes I take this with me places and I'm like, crap, my eyebrows look really bad and I'm not at home to use my tweezers, but they're in there. It also comes with a spoolie that I need to wash, which is really helpful because it blends out your brows, and the little brush to do everything with. Next is brushes. I don't really know what to do about this because I don't want to go through my brushes. That's a bit weird. What I will do though is tell you my favourites and the ones that I know I could not live without. That being the MUA contour brush. I may have to experiment with more MUA brushes because this is a real good like cheeky find that I believe everyone should know about. It's perfectly shaped and the only thing I've ever needed to do my contouring with for a long time. Real Techniques is probably my go-to makeup brush brand in general though. I love the Real Techniques foundation brush, which is this one here. Very recommended if you're unsure about what to use. I also love their multitasking brush. So you can use this for a lot of things, which is great, but I use it for powder mainly, like my setting powder. A big favourite of mine, I don't think I could actually do many eyeshadow looks without this anymore, is this beautiful Real Techniques brush. This was in their Bold Metals collection, I believe. I was really buying this on a complete whim, which I rarely do, especially with like more expensive stuff. But this was there and it said that you can use this for crease and blending. So I was like, ooh, 2-in-1. This is in RT. It's really long, so it's so good to like kind of get where you want without messing up. If you're crap at makeup and you can't blend for crap, you will when you have this. It's good for crease and blending, and it's quite a stiff, hard brush, which I like when it comes to creases and stuff. I can't stand floppy brushes unless they are brushes like this, which is a Mally brush. It actually came with that cancellation concealer system 2 palettes you just saw there, but I use this for my highlighter. So I put it on with this lighter brush here, and then with a stiffer brush I kind of go over it all. I was not expecting to like. I use this every day and I don't use what it came with at all. This is a brush I use a lot actually, but this is really weird because this isn't even a branded brush, I don't think. This just came in a random kit I found on Amazon, which was completely unbranded, so I was not expecting to like it. This was the only brush that I really actually liked from the entire kit. If you're looking to kind of improve on your eyeshadow looks a little bit more, invest in a flat, hard, thick makeup brush like this. I used to use this either for my crease, so it's really good for getting right into your crease and you can blend it out afterwards, or you can use it for your waterline, which I do all the time. Last but not least, on the bottom drawer here, we've got mascaras, lip glosses, lipsticks and lip stains, and lip liners. I'm just going to pick out and shout about the things that I'm loving. So my staples: Maybelline New York Lash Sensational Lash Multiplying Mascara in Intense Black. This is amazing. The only mascara I've ever truly loved and never found anything better. This is the waterproof version of Collection's Fast Stroke Eyeliner, which in fact I actually hate. This is an awful product. It dries, it cracks. In fact, I'm throwing that away because it's that awful. But I love the non-waterproof version. It is my staple. I could rave on and on and on all day about how amazing the eyeliner is, and you guys know I love my eyeliner, but at the moment I'm using up II Captain's Very Black Liquid Eyeliner. I've got it on now. I love it, but it's just never going to beat Collections. The only thing I prefer about this one is that it's long. You can do a lot more precise stuff with it. I love Too Faced because they're just beautiful and their packaging is amazing. This I felt was very jelly. It was stringy, and if I picked my eyelashes it would like feel like I'm picking glue off them. This is Thick and Fast by Soap and Glory. Soap and Glory is another one that I really like. This is a lot better than the Too Faced one, but you have to go over it loads of times to get it right and to get it long and the volume up and all sorts, but this just seems to happen within a few strokes. Flash Mob liquid eyeliners are really good. They come in a kit and they're so bright and vibrant and electric, but my two favourites are these because they're the brightest. Sometimes I just like dotting like a few dots along my eyes or putting a little bit on top of my wing or just something to kind of pop. You can so see how bright it is. It's really nice. Lip liners are my favourite because I just can't stand having wet lips. My favourite is actually this, which is tiny. I've used it up. It's Bourjois Paris Contour, I think it was, lip liner. Look it up. It's incredible. This is in 12. This, which is Soap and Glory's Arch de Triomphe eyebrow pencil. All the eyebrow part is gone and I still have some of the highlight left, which is incredible. Soap and Glory's eyebrow highlight is insane. I've put it on today underneath my eyebrow to kind of help blend in the colour with the top of my brow. This is a favourite. I'm using it now actually. It's by Nude Sticks. It's a lip and cheek pencil in Mystic. I'm loving it at the moment. I'm wearing it now. Not too drying. It's moisturising but not too wet, and it lasts a long time. It's also by Bourjois Paris and it's a waterproof pencil eyeliner, but I got it for that reason. Look at the prettiness. That looks super nice next to the blue actually. I love this white pencil eyeliner by NYC, used for underneath my eyes to brighten them up, give myself a bit more of an open eye. And this MAC lip pencil is worth mentioning. It's called Night Moth. It's so beautiful because it's a cross between purple and brown in a way. Slightly reddish tones. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. When it comes to this pot here, I haven't actually touched this lot simply because it's filled with glosses and I stay away from glosses. This is a gloss from Tarte in Envy. I don't like it that much. It's too glossy. My hair sticks to it. Even this, for example, it's Lime Crime's Red Velveteen Lip Stuff, and that's supposed to not be drying and it's supposed to stain your lips and last a long time. It's a beautiful colour, but it dries and crisps for me. So the only two I can really bring out from that pot is this by Rouge Automatique. This lipstick is beautiful. Look at the packaging of that. And it opens in a really bizarre way. So you pull this down and it pops up like that. So it's quite moisturising. It doesn't stick everywhere and just gloss everywhere and go gross. And it's so beautiful. Look at that. Oh, this Look Lively lip pencil by MAC because of the same reason. It's soft and it kind of glides on your lips. It feels really nice. It lasts a while and it doesn't get everywhere and stick everywhere. And it smells like cupcakes, most importantly. That's all of that done. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I kind of feel a little bit scared because you've been requesting this for so long, so if you hated this, I'm sorry, but I made it, right? I'll see you guys very soon for my next video. Make sure you follow me on all my social media. I prefer Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, so check them out if you would like to. I also stream live on YouNow, so come check me out on there and you can become a fan to be told when I'm streaming live. Also, subscribe to this channel and you can be notified when I film on here. There's a subscribe button down there for you to do that. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye! I hope you enjoyed. Oh, look at my swatches. Woo! Bye!